Hello everybody and welcome back to the Disney Bartender. I'm sorry it's a little bit dark today. Ooh, spooky. But today we are making my most anticipated drink so far, which is the Midnight Martini inspired by Cinderella. I am so thrilled to be finally filming this. I had planned to release this back in November before Thanksgiving, you know, when pumpkin spice was like still the craze, but because everything has gotten backed up this year and I've been so busy, I have not filmed it yet. So I'm really excited to finally be sitting here and recording for you guys. And I just can't wait to show you this recipe. So Cinderella is one of my favorite films. I think it gets a bad reputation for no reason whatsoever. And I am here to prove today that Cinderella is not a damsel in distress. She did not sit around waiting for her prince to come. Oh no, honey. She made the dress herself. Well, she tried to before her stepsisters destroyed it. She just wanted a night off to hang out with her pals. I'm getting so passionate, I'm choking on my spit. And she's sassy. She sticks up for herself several times throughout the film, and I think the only reason that she stays is because she wants to protect her father's estate and his memory, and I just don't like the bad reputation that Cinderella gets because she's a strong, badass. So anyway, I am really excited to be talking about Cinderella today, and I'm also just really excited to be out of the package films because they are not my favorite. And now we're getting into like some of the classics, and I have so many ideas I can't wait to share with you guys. And yeah, like I said, this is one that I have been wanting to do for so long. So anyway, let's talk about Cinderella and then we will make the cocktail. Okay, so Cinderella was directed by Hamilton Lusk, Wilfred Jackson, Clyde Geronimi, story by William Peet, Ted Sears, Homer Brightman, Kenneth Anderson, Erdman Penner, Winston Hibler, Harry Reeves, and Joe Rinaldi. Like I said before, lots of names we've heard before. It was based on Cinderella by Charles Perrault, but I did read that a Cinderella story dates back all the way back to ancient Greece when a story came out about a woman who lost her shoe to, I believe, an eagle who took it. So stories like this have been around for so long. Produced by Walt Disney, music by Oliver Wallace and Paul J. Smith. It was released on February 15th, 1950, my birthday. Not 1950, but February 15th. It's also Lily and Disney's birthday too. It was a box office of $3 million and it brought in a revenue of 83 million buckaroonies, which we'll talk about here in a second. And over time, it has now accrued a box office of 182 million. So some fun facts. Cinderella, I'm sure everybody knows this fun fact, but I will tell it again. But Walt Disney's favorite piece of animation is in this film, the moment when Cinderella transforms from her rags into the beautiful ball gown. Cinderella is also one of the oldest Disney princesses. She's believed to be about 19 or 20, which I was a little confused by because I thought that Belle was 21, but I guess I was wrong about that. Also, an iconic cast. Eleanor Audley, who plays the evil stepmother, who also voiced Maleficent and Madame Leota, among other roles. And also Verna Felton, who plays the fairy godmother, who also voiced iconic roles like Flora from Sleeping Beauty, like Aunt Sarah from Lady and the Tramp, like the Queen of Hearts and Mrs. Jumbo. The list goes on and on. Also, Cinderella saved the Walt Disney Company after the bombs. Oh, that did not come out correctly. But after the financial bombs of World War II, Cinderella saved the studio and literally saved the company because they were in such financial debt they needed something to take off, and that was Cinderella for them. Okay, let's talk about our espresso martini. So espresso martinis are all the craze right now. I'm saying as a bartender, I make many of them every day. And I wanted to give a brief history of the espresso martini before we actually jump into making the drink. So there's many stories about where the espresso martini started. One of the most famous is that it was created by Dick Bradsell in the 1980s at Fred's Club in London for women who asked for a drink that would, expletive alert, wake her up and later fuck her up. So that is the drink that we're making today. Ugh. I'm so happy about this. Like I said, I know it's not pumpkin spice season, but of course we have to do pumpkin for our girl Cindy. And I was thinking in my head, the pumpkin was obviously the first thing that came to my mind. And then I was like, what would go good with a pumpkin drink? And I had played with the idea of Ichabod and Mr. Toad being a pumpkin drink, and I had played with the idea of the Fox and the Hound being a pumpkin drink, which it still might. I haven't decided on that one for sure yet. But Cinderella had to be a pumpkin drink, and when I thought about the mixers that I could have made with it, coffee immediately came to mind, and I was like, an espresso martini. It's perfect. Cinderella has to stay up till midnight. She's got to be up late, girl. She wants her pumpkin spice. Let's do this. So I'm really excited. Can you guys tell? And this is also a super easy recipe. I will say this is not going to be like a traditional espresso martini because first off, I don't have an espresso maker. And second off, my ABC liquor store did not have any, espresso liqueurs, which I found very strange. I do recommend Borghetti if you can find it. That's what I usually use at my restaurant. And if not, this is what I got, which was the 99 proof espresso coffee, just like a random liqueur. So we're gonna hope that that works today. But anyway, for this recipe, you will need pumpkin spice liqueur, which this one is by the brand Pennsylvania Dutch pumpkin spice cream liqueur, and it has 14.75% alcohol per volume. This is, as you can tell, a popular one in our house. For Thanksgiving, I made our friends all shots with this, using just this and Frangelico. It was really yummy. And then Blake also made a drink for himself using Frangelico and coffee liqueur. So honestly, this stuff is so good. You can't taste the alcohol at all, and it's just delicious. I did want to use the Bailey's pumpkin spice liqueur originally. That's where the idea for this all came from. But they weren't selling it at my store this year for some reason. You're also gonna need vodka. I have Grey Goose vodka because Cinderella takes place in France, and I wanted a French vodka, which is Grey Goose, but you can use honestly any kind of vodka that you would like. Then you're gonna need, like I said, espresso liqueur. This is just called 99 brand espresso coffee, which is 99 proof. And I think it's supposed to be like a shot type of thing that you just chug, but it's gonna have to get the job done today. And for the garnish, all you're gonna need is a stencil of a clock and some cinnamon. I bought the stencil for the clock off of Amazon, so, oh shoot, it should be easy to find if you're looking for one. Okay, let's jump into making the drink. So I'm gonna go grab my martini glass from the freezer. Actually, I'm gonna leave it in there for a little bit, but I'm gonna fill up my martini shaker, I can't talk today, with ice. Okay, so this recipe is honestly so simple. The thing is, you can switch this up however you like. By the way, this is so random, but I pushed the camera forward this week because in my past videos, I felt like you couldn't see the drink being made up close and personal like this, so that's why my head's cut off, so I apologize. But anyway, this drink can be made in any variation that you like. If you want it stronger, you can add a shot of espresso, like actual espresso. You can add more espresso liqueur. If you don't like coffee as much, you can do more vodka, more pumpkin spice. If you want it sweeter, you can add more simple syrup. But this is just the most basic recipe that we're gonna use today. So it's just gonna be equal parts Grey Goose, the coffee liqueur, and the pumpkin liqueur. So we're gonna do 1 ounce of each because a martini is traditionally 3 ounces of liquor. This stuff smells strong like coffee. Came out faster than I anticipated. Okay, and we are going to shake it up, I would say for about 30 seconds. We really need it to get very cold for the next step that we're about to do. Okay, once it is nice and cold, this is really strange, but what we're gonna do is dump it into an empty glass. Make sure you get it all out. Oh, nuts. Whoopsies. Okay, well, you're gonna dump all of the ice into the sink. We're not using the ice anymore, so go ahead and collect your ice and dump it into the sink. Okay, now this is the important part. You're going to pour the cup of just liquor, no ice, back into the shaker, and we're gonna grab our martini glass. I froze mine just to keep it extra cold because we're about to dry shake it, so it's gonna lose some of its coldness, but you don't have to chill your glass if you don't want to. But this is probably the most important step of the whole cocktail, and that is to dry shake it, which means to shake it with no ice. And this is so important because this is the only way our garnish is gonna stay on top. It has to be really frothy. So I would say you're gonna wanna shake this bad boy for at least a minute and super hard. It's like an arm workout at the same time. So you're just burning the calories that you're about to drink from your espresso martini. Whew, feel the burn. While I'm still shaking this, because once I pour it, I don't want to lose the froth, I'm gonna get my stencil out, and I am going to pick the most like old-fashioned one I can find. So I'm gonna go with the one with the Roman numerals, but you know, any stencil will do. Ah, it's starting to come out the sides. I'm also gonna have to be very quick with taking pictures, so I'm trying to hurry. Okay, voila! We're gonna pour it in. Make sure all the froth sits on the top. Nice and frothy. Oh yeah, we got a good, nice layer of froth. So now we just have to pray at the cinnamon sticks. Okay, so I'm trying to decide which one I wanna do. I'm gonna lay it on the martini glass. I'm gonna go ahead and pour. I'm gonna do the more fancier one. Okay, here we go. Ah, I gotta keep it still. Oh no. Oh no, I don't think it's frothy enough. It did not work. It worked. It kind of worked. We're gonna pretend that that's showing some numbers. Okay, well, I would say that's a pretty good success. The clock did not come out as good as I had hoped it would, but I still feel like you can kind of make out that it's a clock, especially if we like maybe draw a line to midnight. Oh yeah, that looks even better. Okay, I'm gonna take a picture of that again. Oh yeah, that's much better. Okay everyone, well thank you so much for coming along on this journey with me. We had a little troubleshooting there, but I think it came out really, really beautiful in the end, and I'm so proud. It tastes phenomenal. So I think you'll love it, and I hope that you enjoy it. And thank you so much for watching this video. I really hope that you enjoy it. And anyway, thank you so much for watching. That's the last Disney Bartender of 2022. So we'll be back in 2023 with some more magical recipes. Cheers! Oh shoot, I made such a mess.